Welcome to my Vision News. Important developments, rapid developments happening in Ethiopia regarding implementation of the peace deal signed last month in November, at the start of November. Yesterday, we saw that Ethiopian federal government issued a statement saying that armed robberies were being committed in Tigray's capital, Mekelle, that Tigray authorities must ensure protection, safety, security of people living in Tigray. Then Getachew spoke. After that, Professor Kendeya spoke. And then Tigray House of Representatives held a session today where Debretsion Gabriel Tigray's president spoke about implementation of the peace deal. What did he say? Debretsion seems to be accusing Ethiopian federal government that government is not honoring its commitments, that federal government is not implementing the peace deal. Details for you. And secondly, we have received exclusive information from Tigray about the presence of Eritrean military, about the withdrawal of Eritrean military. Is Eritrean military in Aksum? Is it in Adwa? Is it in Shire? Or is it visible in these main cities? Where are Eritrean soldiers visible in Tigray? They might be in the cities too, but where are they visible? We have received exclusive information from Tigray about where Eritrean soldiers have been seen in the past 3 to 4 days. Details for you. Firstly, viewers, it seems tensions are rising between Tigray regional government and Ethiopian federal government. Let's hope, let's pray that the tensions are de-escalated, that things are resolved peacefully. People of Tigray cannot afford resumption of armed hostilities. Millions have died. Tens of thousands injured, millions displaced as well. Resumption would be disastrous. Now, it started last night. I've been saying that implementation of the peace deal is slow. I said that almost a month ago. And some will criticized me. They said, Sajid, you are pessimistic. You just fuel tensions. Let them do what they are doing. They know what is best for them. We are not interfering. We just give our analysis. I have been saying for 1 month that implementation is slow. And if the pace did not improve, it would lead to problems. And that is what seems to be happening. Suddenly, we are seeing statements by the two sides. We did not see any statement from Tigray regional government against Ethiopian federal government before yesterday, starting from November, and vice versa as well. But since implementation of peace deal is very slow, that is why now the two are accusing each other. Federal government last night accused Tigray authorities of, implicitly, they accused Tigray authorities of backing armed robberies in Mekelle, Tigray's capital. And then Tigray president today addressed House of Representatives. Tigray's House of Representatives. Tigray held regional election before November 2024. We know, though the election was declared null and void by Ethiopian parliament. And the peace deal signed in Pretoria states that election was null and void, that interim setup will be put in place in Tigray. New elections will be held. But so far, TPLF-led Tigray government is in power. Debretsion addressed members of House of Representatives. And there he said that Tigray regional government, Tigray people are committed to peace agreement. They are implementing the peace agreement, but Ethiopian federal government is not honoring its commitments. It's not implementing the main points of the peace deal. Though Debretsion acknowledged improvement in delivery of aid to Tigray, more than 70,000 metric tons of aid entered Tigray after the signing of the peace agreement. Debretsion acknowledged that, but he said that Ethiopian federal government was not fully implementing the peace deal. Amhara forces, Eritrean military were still in Tigray, no withdrawal. Secondly, he said that Tigray forces had withdrawn from some battlefronts, but ENDF did not withdraw. So, serious questions raised by Tigray regional president. He spoke about observers too, that African Union, IGAD, they were expected to form a committee of observers to arrive in Tigray to monitor the implementation of the peace deal, but committee has not been formed so far. It has not arrived in Tigray so far to monitor the peace deal. So basically, what Ethiopian federal government did yesterday, that it tried to put pressure upon Tigray regional government through the statement. Tigray regional government did the same today. It accused Ethiopian federal government of delaying the implementation of the peace deal. Now you see that tensions are rising. We cannot say that peace deal is collapsing, but the two sides are now showing mistrust of each other. Disarmament has not started reportedly. Withdrawal of Eritrean military, Amhara forces partially done. We have details for you. Contentious issues unresolved. Withdrawal, disarmament, Raya, Volkayet, and regional government of Tigray. All contentious issues are still unresolved. I think immediate intervention is needed to de-escalate. Otherwise, if things progress the way they're progressing, it could lead to further escalation of tensions. Secondly, we have received information from Tigray. Where is Eritrean military? If you enter Tigray, if you travel from Aksom, from Adwa, Aksom, Shire, is Eritrean military visible there? Can you see Eritrean soldiers patrolling in Adwa, Aksom or Shire? What we have learned through some sources is that Eritrean military is not visible in Aksom, Shire, Adwa. It does not mean that Eritrean military has completely withdrawn from these cities. But what we have been able to confirm is that from B30 highway, Eritrean military has disappeared. In cities, main cities, only ENDF is there to be seen. Ethiopian National Defense Force soldiers can be seen patrolling the cities. They can be seen patrolling B30 highway from Adwa, Aksom to Shire. Where is Eritrean military? Well, Eritrean military convoys, Eritrean soldiers, they have been seen along Shire to Shiraro road. It seems that B30 highway is under ENDF control. Eritrean military is largely away from B30 highway, from Adwa, Aksom, Shire, though they could be in rural areas. They could be 10, 15 kilometers away from Adwa, from Aksom, from Shire, towards Eritrean border. They might be close to cities. They're not in cities, but they are in control of Shiraro, Shire Road. They are near IDP camps which are in Shiraro and other places. So overall, we can sum up that Eritrean military is trying to show that it has withdrawn from towns and cities of Tigray, which it has withdrawn, I think. But it is still close to these cities in one or the other form. Its deployment is still there in Tigray, though it has withdrawn from cities on B30 highway. That is why Tigray authorities say that Eritrean military has not withdrawn from Tigray because ENDF, though it is in control of B30 highway, but nearby there is presence of Eritrean military to the issue of withdrawal of Eritrean military and disarmament of Tigray fighters. Both issues are still unresolved, leading to a rising of temperature and tensions. Thank you for watching.